Alright, what's going on YouTube? To be honest, Disc Golf, come back at you with another course walkthrough real quick. Today we are at Griggs, so we're just going to do a quick walkthrough, show you what you're looking at. If you're unfamiliar with the course, that way you know what to expect. Alright, so starting on hole 1 here, we've got signs, tee pads, all that good stuff. There's the basket up there. So U-disc says about 220, 224. So straight up to the right. Not much blocking it really. Just got to miss these trees here and don't miss that tree going out wide. Alright, so here's walking up to hole 1. As you can see, pretty much in the open. Those are quite a bit past it, really. Not going to mess you up much. You have a small possibility of going to OB or hitting a car here as they drive by, but here's hole 1. As you can see, they've got some really nice baskets out here. They're brand new. Disc catcher, baby. Alright, hole 2. Here's your tee pad. Kind of right by the road here. Basket is over there a little bit. See it past these trees here. Throwing towards the parking lot again. So, par 3. U-disc says about 253 feet. Alright, so here's walking up to hole 2. These are the trees you gotta watch out for. Kind of tricky there. Really, if you throw out to this way though and you're right-handed, throw something overstable, it should just crash in, really. You just gotta get your distance right. Don't want to throw too far though, because you can end up in the parking lot and OB. But basically, once you get past these trees, not really much to worry about. Shout out to Mike Carpenter. I believe he aced this at the Griggs doubles. Got him a fat stack of cash. There's something that's nice about Griggs, man. You got trash cans, benches, even though they're kind of floppy and all that, but nice place to take a rest in case it's super hot out. Not much shade here in the first 3 holes, that's for sure. Alright, hole 3. Even though these signs say a certain distance, it's definitely different because they've changed them up when they got these new baskets. So that's why I'm telling you the feet on my phone here. So here's hole 3 from the tee pad. U-disc says 256 feet, but basically just straight. Pretty much got to throw something understable, right hand, fade in that way, or throw a flick right through that gap there and just let it crash. Gotta be careful. Towards the hole though, there's a bit of a hill. I'll show you here in a second. Alright, so this is walking up to the hole here, so you can see a couple trees to miss, things like that and everything. Here's the basket. And like I said, there's a bit of a hill by it, so you do have to be careful. Roll away is a very serious concern on this hole for sure. The basket's not in the safest location really, but there's the basket. Just try to play to the right of it for sure. Alright, hole 4. U-disc says about 278. Can't see the basket from the tee pad, but it's back tucked in there a little bit. You'll see it in a second. Alright, so as you walk up to hole 4, you can start to see that basket there. Basically, you got to throw something understable and turn it over there, kind of fade it in, right hand, backhand, or flick. Again, get you in there, tucked in. Alright, so here's walking up to hole 4's basket. You got some kind of cool scenery over here, like some crazy looking wall and stuff. But basically, once you're here, ain't much to block you. Alright, hole 5 from the tee pad here. Basket's over there to the right quite a bit. You can't really see it. Phone says 293. Actually, you can kind of see it. You can see 2 baskets. It's the closer one there. Alright, so walking to hole 5 here, man, look at this. I mean, it's just an open field of just luxurious disc golf, baby. Make sure you got the sunscreen. There's the basket there for 5. Really You just got to get up in there, not much protecting it, just don't go in that crap. Hole 6. Standing on the tee pad right now. Here's your basket, pretty much just straight ahead. Pick your poison. Throw however you want really at it. Just got to worry about that tree really to block you. That's about it. U-Disc says it is 300 feet on the dot. All right, so here's walking into that whole basket there. You got that little tree to worry about. Then really pretty wide open around this. All right, hole 7. U-Disc says 331. Here's your tee pad. There's your basket out there to the right. You really got a couple options here. You can just throw straight, throw something understable with like a -3 or something or whatever, turn. Or you can go right in between those trees and kind of spike it up high and throw hyzer. It looks super cool. Your choice. All right, so this is walking up to hole 7. As you can see, it's pretty darn open. Really, you've got like that little tiny tree to worry about. And that's really about it. Get you some. All right, hole 8. Kind of by the water over here. There's some water over there, man. You can get your disc lost in there for sure. Here's the basket straight ahead. Throw something dead straight. Throw something overstable. Just don't want to end up on that road or over it. You'll be OB. So here's walking up to hole 8. As you can see, it's kind of tight a little bit here if you're going the straight route. And over here is that kind of water I was talking about. It's been kind of, it's been really hot lately, so the water's kind of low, but it definitely gets up higher than that. Don't want to lose your disc. But as we get closer to the basket, pretty open here. But as you can see, that roadway or walkway is pretty decently close. Got to be accurate here. All right, hole 9 sign is a little bit different, but as you can see, it's a little bit longer and it is a par 4. So it is straight ahead, but through those trees. Get out your bomber. All right, so walking up to hole 9, you can see all these trees you gotta worry about hitting here no matter what the angle is you come in at. But once you clear them, the basket's pretty much in the open. Not much to worry about after that. Alrighty, hole 10, U-Disc says 283 feet, but basically just straight ahead again. Get out your straight disc. Alright, so as we walk up to 10, you can see there's a couple trees to worry about, but nothing really big. Basically just throw it straight, get in that shade there. Don't throw it too far, because shortly past that is some pretty good thicket. And you'll be good. Hole 11. So, U-Disc says 329, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Some of these distances can be wrong because these are newer baskets that they've kind of put in. So, some of them might be wrong, but I'm telling you what U-Disc reads. So, pretty straight. You just want to throw something overstable, throw it up around there, just let it crash in. Or throw dead straight, just throw low so you don't smash into that tree branch. Alright, so this is walking into 11, so you can see how low these tree branches are. I mean, these are like head height, honestly, so you gotta be kind of careful if you're just going straight forward. Got a little bit of concern there to the left of the basket. Don't end up in the woods. Hole 12 with all the poop all over the sign. It's another par 4. It says 358. Again, this might be wrong as far as it being a new basket location, but basically, throw something overstable, throw it to the right, let it crash in. All right, so walking up this hole, really only got a couple trees to worry about. Not much close to it either. Play it safe, we'll be good. All right, hole 13, the sign's a little bit busted up, but let's see. U-Disc says 254. Again, looks a little shorter than that, but pretty straight to the right. All right, so that's going into the hole. Not really much to worry about here. Pretty easy hole there. All right, right before hole 14, you got a nice little bench here. Get you some shade, hydration, whatever you want. Hole 14, here's your tee pad. U-Disc says 208, I believe it. Basically straight. Get out your putter or something something overstable, throw it that way and just crash in. No tricks here. Probably the easiest hole in the course. All right, so this is walking up to 14. As you can see, not really much to mess with your disc. Not the most challenging hole in the course, that's for sure. If you are competing, you better get a 2 on here, that's for sure. And it's this closer basket to us. Hole 15. U-disc says 255. Pretty much straight. Pick your poison with the disc, man, but throw something straight. Now, something you probably couldn't tell from the tee pad, or maybe you could, is the bit of elevation change that you got going on there. It's not huge, but it is definitely something to keep in mind. Your disc can kind of roll away and kind of, give you a bit of a headache, but really not the most challenging hole. Just don't throw it too far, end up in that thick stuff behind it. Hole 16, U-disc says 207. You can most definitely not see it from here, but you got through this crazy little Alice in Wonderland tunnel there, and it's way over there to the left, so we'll see as we get closer. All right, so here we are through that little tunnel there. Here was the area to the left that you saw, and now you can just now see the basket there, tucked way in. Man, you better throw your most overstable disc you got in your bag. Somebody left their towel here. If you've been playing disc golf for a while, though, you know the number 1 rule, man. You don't touch anybody's towel that's on the course, but if it's yours, come get it. All right, hole 17. U-disc says 277 feet. You can see it right there on top of that little mound. It's relatively challenging to get on top of that mound because right over it, it drops. I mean, not significantly, but you're supposed to try to be right on that crest if you can. All right, so this is walking up to 17. So as you can see, this walking path or road or whatever you want to call it is decently close. So you got to be careful not to go OB on this. But again, if you're not OB, and you're around this area, you're going to be pretty golden. But like I told you, it kind of drops off on the other end. Really, it's just like this end, just on the other side. So you kind of want to be careful. Your disc could roll away from you for a little bit. All right, hole 18, you've made it. Congrats. U-disc says 492 feet. It is a par 5. That's right. Did I stutter? Par 5. It's even written there in permanent marker. And as they say here, go big or go fishing. So from the tee pad, far, 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 and I don't even think you can see it. We'll have to walk up and show you another shot. All right, so as we get up here, approaching halfway of the hole, you can see the complexity of the hole here. I mean, this is all OB. You don't want to end up on the road. Got trees to miss here, tree to miss. You can actually see the basket now. And then all along here is water. That's why they said go big or go fishing. So I've played with multiple people who have lost their disc in that water. Be careful. All right, so walking up about a quarter of the way of the hole now. Sorry, it's like a 500-foot hole, man. Kind of hard to get in a couple shots, but you can see these big trees. Again, how close this water is. It's pretty stinking close. Basket. And congrats, you've played Griggs. All right, so to wrap Griggs up, great course. Decently challenging. There's some relatively easy holes, some hard holes, some holes that that give you kind of a free stroke here and there. If you want to feel good about yourself, that's great. If you want to challenge yourself, come here on Monday nights and play the random doubles. You will play with some of the best people I've ever met personally in disc golf, but they're all super cool. It's a great time. Obviously, you got to check out Griggs. It's right down the store from Disc Golf Mart, believe it or not, and my work. So anyways, like, subscribe, share, comment. See if I can combine any other 2 words together or not. Comment below what course I should go to next. I just happened to do this on my lunch break, believe it or not. So I had to go kind of fast. I didn't throw. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. That's Griggs. Peace.
Who be on this disc golf, baby?